Well, alright. Me again, Toxic here, but without Matthew this time, unfortunately. This is BloodRayne 1, which is the very original release, not the remaster that you see nowadays on GOG or Steam. And we're gonna be doing it on hard difficulty for reasons unknown, but people seem to be preparing it for some reason, I don't know. The timer starts when I confirm difficulty here, so I will give you the countdown. So 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, the start of the game, we don't have any abilities, so we mostly just running and jumping, because most tricks in this game are FPS based, and we need FPS and we need slow motion. Getting slow motion is actually more important because without it you can't go through walls and save endless amount of time that way on almost every single level except, well, one, I guess. But we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, this is the game by Terminal Reality. And this is the character from their Nocturne game, which was released back in the day, which they decided to make a whole game about. They renamed her, remodeled her a bit. You know this as a BloodRayne. And this is the only place where we can go out of bounds on this level without having any FPS. Thankfully, one of the tentacles here pushing us out of bounds, and we go and finish this level, and that way we can avoid completing 2 more levels, because normally you would have to do that to get here. And on this level, a very unfortunate thing might happen. Extremely unfortunate thing. Like Spider getting stuck on the tree because FPS speedruns. And FPS speedruns means even the enemies don't really function correctly. You see, look at him. Just standing there enjoying. Yeah, to prevent that from happening, you need to Alt-tab out of the game and Alt-tab back in. Because Alt-tabbing out and back resets your
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
FPS back to 60 for a small, brief moment, but that's enough for us to reset that spider. There is no way to skip this level, because essentially everything in here is based around following that spider, and if you're not following it, and you're trying to run away from it, you will fail the mission. So we have plenty of time here to get our rage meter up, get some health if we need. Actually, it's going pretty fast today. Or I'm taking this way too casually. Anyway, I have enough rage and I have enough health, so we should be good. And this is the first boss. One thing I should mention, in this game, the rage state, like the rage function that you have, and your meter is up, on high FPS it deals obscene amounts of damage. If you play remaster of this game, which is capped at 60 FPS, which you can't even do this speedrun with that copy of the game, you will be dealing small damage to that boss because the FPS is capped at 60. This game is set in different locations, and each location has multiple levels. And we're just going through them quickly. Here, for example, we need to go and complete, I think, a couple of more areas, but we will not do that because we can just go to one of them, and in there,
Peekaboo, bitch.
rude, in there we can clip to the 3rd level, essentially, without completing previous 2. So, that's handy. Without slow motion on remaster, you can't clip through that. So you have to go and complete levels normally. Also, I should move my chat window a little bit because I can't see it at the moment. I'll probably do this at the next level. Because I had to alt-tab, all my Windows positions are screwed up now. They let me do that. But yeah, many people played this game when they were pretty young, because this is like, what, 2002 or something? It's almost 20 years ago. Again, remasters, if you want to play casually, are available on GOG and Steam. I think if you got them on GOG, you also get original version of the game, which is usable for speedruns. And it's also pretty cheap. On Steam, I don't think they give you original version. As you can see, most of the levels so far have been just go out of bounds and go to the end of the level. This one is not an exception. However, we need guns to be able to do some of the tricks later on the run. So we grab them there from that pile of bodies.
Asshole.
Now we try to complete this level. If you try to run away here, right at the beginning of the level, before breaking those windows, you will die from poison, even if you're not in a room anymore, because everything is scripted and game still thinks that Rain is in the room. So you have to actually break the windows, avoid the poison gas, and then go. Now for the fun part of this. Have to fight the boss, except we of course will not fight the boss, because I have FPS on my side. Which is a good ally. We go out of bounds and we try to jump and not die. We can stand on this lamppost in here, then jump around it. Then we can finish the level by jumping like this. Nice. When I was practicing this before marathon, I figured out a couple of more strats, which are actually somewhat safer, and one of them is actually faster than before, so hopefully I'll get those down as well.
This is the way.
Nice. Still, like, you can look at this run and think, damn, this is so fast-paced. Probably because of the high FPS. No problem at all. Or is it? I wonder if there will be any level which will stop us completely. We'll see. So fast-paced, I know. Absolute insanity, running so fast. But yeah, you can do barrel rolls like this instead of running, but they are not faster.
I'm gonna shut your ugly face.
Here is what I have came up with now. Usually I would go on the side of this pipe, which will eventually lead up to you dying someday, because you will fall down into the abyss. But you can also do this, which if you do fast, it's not slower than running on the side of the pipe and being in danger of falling down. Also, we use guns in this game to be able to shoot different buttons, as you could have already seen probably. Yeah, like this one, and end of the level flower thing as well. Speaking of end of the level flower things, we'll go out of bounds here and we try to do the longest jump possible with the mechanics of the game that we have, and shoot end of the level here. Nice. I got it last moment. If that didn't hit, I would have to restart the level. That was very close. And of course, sucking, which is a lot in this run. Also, that Nazi managed to shoot one of the rockets, which will screw me over potentially, but hopefully not. You need 3 to comfortably finish this, like for 70% of the run. 2 is enough, but third one would be a big help. Just means that one of the next levels I will have to be very careful. Here you have to go through the big tree in the middle of this level, climb it all the way from down to top. Stop bullying me, what is that? But you can also clip at the start of the level to the middle of the level right away. I don't know if you've seen BloodRayne 2 speedrun. I would highly recommend not playing that game at all. The casual reminder that I usually put up. That game also features very bugged FPS mechanics, however they are not as fun to do in a run. This looks a little bit high. This looks fine, but now this will make one of the later levels extremely sketchy, but I will manage. Not having Panzerfaust here with us is gonna be painful, but it's okay. Speaking of not okay, there will be extremely loud sounds coming up in the next 10 seconds, so beware. Like, I warned you, you'll be losing hearing in 3, 2, 1. Yes. Those are sound effects, which are obviously not affected by options settings. I don't remember, but something tells me they haven't fixed it in remaster as well, because why bother playing your game, right? Right. And they haven't fixed it in BloodRayne 2. In BloodRayne 2 we have very loud shovel sounds. When enemies hit you with a shovel, for example, you can definitely hear it for the next few hours resonating in your ears. Rain, please. Rain, please.
Castle Gustad, a place where nightmares are born. Vampires have called this place home for centuries.
This is a place from the original game that inspired BloodRayne, Nocturne. This is the same castle that you were in, just a little bit rebuilt, I suppose.
Hey, that's my target. They've got the old
What are you doing? My... Wow. Wait, how did it deactivate my slow motion? Nice. Anyway, on this level we are able to kill those two enemies faster than casually intended, but unfortunately there is no known way of escaping the next level, and if there would be any way to skip it, it would have to come from this level, and so far we don't know any. And by next level, you will know what I mean in a second. I wish you didn't know, but unfortunately I have to show you this. I have no other choice. Yes, this is still BloodRayne 1, but with some content going on. Once we're done with this one, we have to walk to activate the cutscene, walk right in here, and then I'm gonna waste all my current ammo that I have left. Not an ammo, I guess we're just overheating the machine gun, is a more precise term for that. And then we continue to shoot those enemies. You want to get as close to them as possible, because you deal more damage that way, compared if you would be shooting at them from afar. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. This is really awkward. Like, this is extremely awkward after whatever you have been through. For both speedrun and casually. And of course, you don't have a lot of health, because you take damage when enemies explode, but you also want to be close to them to deal more damage, so like, it's kind of difficult to balance it out. You need to be close, but it's also scary to be close. Good. Now I have not overheated gun just for this boss. But yeah, we're playing as Rayne, who is essentially a Nazi killer. She has a list of enemies that her group of whoever she's helping, let's call it that, wants to kill, and she's going through the game and killing them in different countries and whatnot. And that's the list on the screen. Whenever you kill someone, that list appears and you cross out one of the names. Not yourself, the game does it for you. However, since we skip some of the levels in this game, especially at the start, we don't really kill all the Nazis, which is kinda awkward. So when the final list of enemies will be appearing, once we're done with the last one, you will see that some are still alive. So we haven't done our job right, but oh well. Hopefully the next Rayne will do a better job.
You new in town?
Now we're back to speedrunning after that level. And of course everything is still FPS based. I'm gonna try to do a thing which is somewhat scary at times. I'm gonna try to clip inside the building and try to jump on one of the Nazis while I'm still out of bounds, which is right here. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it does. Like, I'm still somewhat out of bounds, even that you're in bounds. You could see me here for a brief moment, still being inside the wall. Do the thing. Yeah, did the thing. Now we just need to finish the level. Unfortunately, most of the levels in this game really wait, did the stream die? Stream went out of bounds. Wait, what? I'm still streaming though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Video keeps buffering a bit. Which is kind of awkward because on my end everything seems to be fine in terms of like dropped frames and whatnot. This level,
Ooh, so
because there is a tiny gap
Come on.
in the moment when level actually finishes and you die because of the reaching the death plane essentially. On this level you can go out of bounds, but end of the level is not there, so unfortunately we have to do that. Speaking of unfortunate things, I don't have Panzerfaust with me at all, so we're gonna have to do this the old way. This is extremely scary way. Because we just sucked out all the blood out of that guy, which is fine because we need health. We got Panzerfaust, which is good, but they keep shooting us at our back with the yeah. with the Panzerfaust because we only took one, not all of them. Normally, if you have one rocket left, you would just kill all of them with one rocket beforehand. You don't even need to interact with any of them yourself. And now we have to kill this one, please. Oh, I jumped on the correct one. Good. And I have rage as well. You need rage meter to be maxed out for the next boss fight. Now we have 2 levels, which are both boss fights. After that we are unfortunately done already. Game is really short. We need to catch up with this boss and then kill him because, well, we have a lot of damage in our FPS, I suppose. I wonder how that fight looks in remaster. It's probably very long and painful.
No one crosses me ever.
Unfortunately, absolutely unfortunately, yes. I wish this game was a little bit longer. Now, final boss, except 2 final bosses. So you need to kill them both. You can kill them in any order you want. The preferred order is killing the, what's his name? The Belial first. This monster thing. I don't even know what that is. Some tree. Walking here. And then kill Wolf. The Wolf is that leader of Nazis. Or at least of that circle of Nazis that we're trying to kill. And you want to hit Belial with as many grenades as you can. Wolf will sometimes refill your Panzerfaust and sometimes kill you with refilled Panzerfaust, but you don't know until it actually happens. So it's a gamble. Like, he picks up your weapon because you ran out of ammo, and then he can drop it or he can shoot you with it. And you don't know which will happen. You're always hoping that he will drop it, because that will make the fight quicker for you. But sometimes that happens. He wants to end the fight quicker as well, with your weapon. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Where are you going? I hope Wolf will not come back into this room again, because this is once again somewhat sketchy looking. Yeah, we just need one rocket shot, and I know where the rocket is. Where is the Belial? What are you doing? Good. And now we have final level where we just rushing Wolf in the face, activating Rage, and ending the run. Time is now. There you go. I forgot even mention where the run ends, but it is now. Whenever that list of enemies appears. That was actually alright. That was not too terrible. Please run this game, and please start running easy difficulty, because none of us actually doing it. For, again, reasons unknown. The difficulty basically allows you to grind less rage, so it makes the run a bit faster. But it still doesn't remove the mecha level, but who knows, maybe some of you actually like that level and will enjoy walking around for 4 minutes there, but I don't know. Without it, this game could be like 14-15 minutes. Yeah, Laura Bailey voicing Rain. In the second game as well. Oh, yes, casual reminder. I don't know if I already reminded, but it's worth reminding second time. Be careful when you're playing second game, because speedrun of that game is very awkward. It's not even remotely close to this. Anyway. There's something important I also wanted to mention. Oh, right. This game has 2 editions. I think I mentioned it before, but I will mention it again. The original release and remaster. Remaster is capped at 60 FPS. So if you want to speedrun this the way we are speedrunning it at the moment, you will not be able to do it because on 60 FPS none of this actually works, except for one glitch. You need the original release, and as far as I'm concerned, when you buy a game on GOG, they give you the original game as well as a bonus, so it's pretty easy to get that. And the original release is what it is that I'm running, which capped at 1000 FPS, but trust me, 1000 is enough. So yeah, that was BloodRayne. Please run this game and enjoy the rest of the marathon. I will be heading off. Thanks for having me.